Would you say that you're proud to be born in the USA, to quote your most famous song?
Very dangerous.
Donald Trump is the most dangerous candidate for president in my lifetime.
Go quietly into the, gently into the good night. I think he's going to make a big a mess as he can.
What happens when a rock legend who spent 50 years singing about working class America meets a billionaire who claims to champion those same people? Absolute fireworks. Bruce Springsteen just dropped a truth bomb about Trump that has his MAGA crowd fuming. The boss basically called Trump's White House a bad reality TV show, complete with nonsense tweets, random firings, and plot twists nobody asked for. And unlike most celebs who just toss out a quick political jab, Springsteen went deep on why Trump's version of America is the opposite of everything he's been singing about since the 70s. The man who has been singing about blue-collar Americans and industrial workers for 50 years, Bruce Springsteen, recently called Trump a blatant fraud, and Trump's crew is very upset about it. Who could blame them, really?
He's thrown away to somebody who doesn't have a clue as to what that means. He doesn't understand the meaning of this country, its history, or what it means to be deeply American.
That he wants to take down the entire democratic system with him if he goes, but he's such an unreflective person.
America pays attention when the boss talks. This is the voice of working class America delivering truth bombs on national television, not just some Hollywood star with a political viewpoint. Springsteen wasted no time arguing politely about politics, calling Trump a hollow salesman who has been defrauding working people since day one. He went right to the heart of the matter. That is a major issue for Trump's credibility, coming from the man who wrote songs like The River and My Hometown.
I wanted to continue writing about those subjects, and I felt that staying close to home kind of kept it very clear. My music and my work, I was interested in writing about where I came from. I was interested in the people that were there.
Which depict the struggles of regular Americans. It just feels different than when your favorite instructor calls you out on cheating on an exam. There is no greater contrast between these two. However, Trump's definition of roughing it is when the gold toilet in his private jet is smudged, whereas Springsteen has spent decades truly knowing the realities of blue-collar Americans.
He has no sense of decency and no sense of responsibility.
And the sanctity of the peaceful transfer of power should disqualify him from the office of president.
Back on the entire democratic process.
And is that dangerous?
Yeah, it is. I think.
In particular, the boss emphasized how absurd it is that Trump uses inheritance tax loopholes that ordinary people could never get and sits on gold toilets while posing as some champion of the neglected worker. Consider pointing out the elephant in the room, or the golden elephant in this instance. Trump frequently boasts about being a self-made billionaire, but Springsteen essentially stated what we all already know.
Would you say that you're proud to be born in the USA, to quote your most famous song?
Very dangerous.
Donald Trump is the most dangerous candidate for president in my lifetime.
Go quietly into the, gently into the good night. I think he's going to make a big a mess as he can.
Trump's dream world is the only thing he created on his own. While one man received 5 draft deferments and then had the audacity to make fun of real war heroes, the other wrote Born in the USA, a scathing indictment of America's disregard for Vietnam soldiers. One succeeded by hard work and skill, while the other began with his father's millions and went on to bankrupt casinos. How can a casino ever go bankrupt? Unless Donald Trump is in charge, the House always prevails.
And to oppose Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. He does not understand this country, its history, or what it means to be deeply American. Reveres the Constitution, who does not threaten but wants to protect and guide our great democracy.
The issue that really worries the Trump administration is that Springsteen has genuine credibility with working class Americans, something Trump will never have. Trump's simple answers to very complicated questions appeal to those who feel economically left behind, and the boss acknowledged this. However, Springsteen genuinely comprehends why that message is compelling, in contrast to other critiques. Since before Trump ever pretended to be a prosperous businessman on television, he has been singing about plant closures and economic misery.
So he's going back to 2016, this is now 2019. Are you surprised that he's trash-talking you after all this time?
Not really.
I didn't need little Bruce Springsteen and all of these.
In reference to television, Springsteen revealed how Trump turned the White House into a reality TV set with random firings, nonsensical tweets, and plot twists. Do you recall those 3 a.m. Twitter outbursts that were all caps? That's exactly what it was, according to Springsteen, a circus act that serves no purpose for real Americans and just serves to divert us. Springsteen was out there interacting with real crowds about real concerns, while Trump was busy firing people like he was still on The Apprentice.
Donald Trump is running to be an American tyrant, believes in the rule of law and the peaceful transfer of power.
In comparison to Springsteen's sincere relationship with his followers, Trump's fixation on audience sizes appears particularly pitiful. Springsteen simply shows up and delivers. Trump needs to lie about attendance and inflate his figures. One man requires praise and recognition all the time, whereas the other man earns it via genuine talent and sincerity. It's what separates a man who expects respect from one who truly merits it.
But they're answers that sound pretty good if you've struggled for the past 20 or 30 years. So
You can understand his appeal.
yeah, he's really preyed upon that part of the country, because he gives these very glib, and yeah, I can understand that there's somebody with simple answers to very complicated questions who sound like.
The fact that Springsteen's message may resonate with some of the Rust Belt voters in Michigan and Pennsylvania who supported Trump in 2016 is what's truly unsettling Trump. It's a blast to the political solar plexus when the author of Factory knocks you out for your phony populism. The voters who believe Trump truly understood their plight are the ones he cannot afford to lose.
Has this great country felt as politically, spiritually, and emotionally divided as it does then at this moment? It doesn't have to be this way. We are shortly coming upon one of the most consequential elections in our nation's history, perhaps not since the Civil War.
Trump's main issue is that he fails to grasp what Springsteen has recognized throughout his career. Authenticity cannot be faked. Either you understand the difficulties faced by working folks, or you don't. You either care about American values and democracy, or you don't. And claiming to stand up for the underdog while owning a golden toilet, that's as genuine as a $3 bill with Trump's likeness. Springsteen just taught America the true meaning of patriotism, while Trump congratulates himself for flag-waving picture ops. The boss revealed the MAGA delusion for what it truly is, not merely to make fun of it. Springsteen's message of presenting oneself when it's difficult and speaking the truth when it's unpopular strikes a different chord than Trump's incessant boasting about large crowds and winning. Trump's crew is in a panic because of this. While Springsteen has spent decades using music to advocate for social change, this guy gauges accomplishment by applause. While the second guy genuinely embodies American principles, the first guy utilizes patriotic emblems as props. It makes sense why Trump is perspiring despite his spray tan.